Good day, everyone. So we will discuss order Spirochaetales, which are the spirochetes, the genera Leptospira, Brachyspira, Borrelia, and also the treponemes, the genus Treponema. So for the summary of the characteristics of this spirochete, so we will discuss this. But first, we'll we will have to take a look on the order Spirochaetales families. So we have the Leptospiraceae and Spirochaetaceae. But now we have an additional Brachyspiraceae. So for the family Leptospiraceae, we have the genus Leptospira under this family. For the family Spirochaetaceae, we have the Borrelia and Treponema. And additional is the family Brachyspiraceae, which includes the genus Brachyspira. So for the characteristics of the spirochetes, they are spiral from the word spirochetes. They are spiral shaped or helical bacteria with this characteristic endoflagella, or the flagella is located in the periplasmic space, so inside the organism, or sometimes it is called as axial filament. They are gram-negative bacteria, but same with the order Rickettsiales, order Chlamydiales, and even the Mycoplasma. They stain poorly with the conventional staining that we have. And they are labile in the environment, but may persist in moist conditions. Maintenance hosts are the main source of environmental contamination. Borrelia are obligate parasites in a variety of vertebrate hosts, while brachyspires, the Brachyspira, are known to be intestinal pathogens, especially in pigs. So as we can see in the figure here, the longest to shortest spirochetes are Borrelia, Brachyspira, and Leptospira respectively. So the longest is the Borrelia, the shortest and smallest are the Leptospira, and intermediate are Brachyspira. For the other characteristics, in terms of cultural requirement for oxygen, they are aerobic, microaerophilic, and anaerobic bacteria. Labile, so they only survive a few days or they are easily killed once they are outside the environment, but some may persist for a few weeks or days depending on the favorable condition of the environment. Motile bacteria, since they have the flagella, which require special media for growth. Some require liquid media. And these spirochetes are best visualized using dark field microscope. And we can also use silver staining and immunofluorescence for their identification. So the three genera in the order Spirochaetales that contains pathogens of veterinary importance are the following: genus Leptospira, Brachyspira, and Borrelia. But as we go along with the discussion, we will also have Treponema. We will mention Treponema as a disease of animals, disease agent of animals, also in causing interdigital dermatitis, and also in causing vent disease in rabbits. So for the characteristics, they are gram-negative helical in shape bacteria, labile in the environment, so they are sensitive to drying or desiccation. But the moisture or the moist condition usually will allow them to persist or to survive. But drying, they are sensitive. But in dryingness or drying condition, they are easily killed. Maintenance hosts are the main source of environmental contamination. They include aerobic, microaerophilic, and anaerobic bacteria. So we will see later which is the aerobic genus, which is the microaerophilic, and the anaerobic. Anaerobic are the Brachyspira species. They stain poorly using conventional methods. Some grow only in liquid media, and most require specialized media. They are known to produce many zoonotic infections. The three genera in the order Spiracatales that contain pathogen of veterinary importance, as we mentioned, are Borrelia, Leptospira, and Brachyspira. For the genus Leptospira, they are known to survive in ponds, rivers, surface water, and in moist soil and mud. They are known to persist in the renal tubules or in the genital tract of carrier animals. That's why the clinical signs presented are mostly abortion, nephritis, and other clinical signs that we will see later. Produce systemic infections in many species. Cultured in liquid media aerobically at 30 degrees Celsius. Dark field microscopy, silver staining, immunofluorescence, and molecular techniques like PCR are very useful for their recognition or identification. Leptospiral species are classified by DNA homology. Within each species, there are serological reactions which identify surface antigens that are employed to assign isolates to serogroups. Subsequently, the organism can be identified to serovar level. At present, there are 250 serovars in 23 serogroups. So this is the appearance of Leptospira under the dark field microscopy. Again, these are Leptospira organism. So this one is dark field microscope where the organism or the image appears bright against a dark background. Next, we have the genus Borrelia, which are known to be obligate parasites in a variety of hosts, vertebrate hosts. They are longer and wider than other spirochetes. Transmission is by arthropod vectors. Cause systemic infections in many species of animals. Grow slowly in specialized culture media, 30 to 35 degrees Celsius, in microaerophilic conditions. Culture of Borrelia from infected animals is confirmatory diagnosis. So how they are being differentiated? Based on their structure, morphology, low guanine and cytosine content of their genomic DNA, by their ecological, cultural, and biochemical features. And identification is mainly depends on their genetic analysis. So these are the Borrelia organisms. This one is a scanning electron microscopy of the Borrelia species, which is Burgdorferi, that is the cause of Lyme disease. Then this one. Next, we have the genus Brachyspira that is found in the intestinal tract, both of clinically affected and normal pigs. They are demonstrated in stained fecal smears or in silver-stained histopathological sections. Diagnosis is confirmed by culturing the organism on selective blood agar and aerobically at 42 degrees Celsius. So Brachyspira are the species are the anaerobic genus under the Spiracatales order. For the cellular characteristics, of course, they are gram-negative spiral or helical bacteria with endoflagella. The flagella is located in the periplasmic space. And for the cultural characteristics, they require special media for growth and some require liquid media. So for the genus Leptospira, again, they are motile helical bacteria with hook-shaped ends measuring 0.1 by 6 to 12 micrometers in diameter. Do not stain well with gram stain, but readily seen by dark field microscopy or with fluorescent antibody techniques. requires specially enriched media for isolation, which includes antimicrobials, as it is extremely susceptible to contamination. Silver impregnation and immunological staining techniques are used to demonstrate leptospires in tissues. So the disease they cause is generally called as leptospirosis in wide range of domestic animals and humans. The ranges in severity from mild infection of the urinary or genital tract to serious systemic disease. So it can be a multi-systemic disease when you are affected by leptospira organism. The usual habitat, rivers, ponds, surface water, moist soil, mud. So the moist condition allow the persistence of this organism. That's why they are very sensitive to desiccation or drying. Pathogenic leptospirus persist in the renal tubules or in the genital tract of carrier animals. For the epidemiology, they are found worldwide. Some serovars have limited geographical distribution. For highly susceptible maintenance hosts, disease is mild or subclinical. Prolonged excretion of leptospires in the urine is reported, and it serves as the main source of environmental contamination. Incidental host species, they have low susceptibility to infection, but they can develop severe disease and they are inefficient transmitters of leptospires if they are only incidental host species. Unlike the highly susceptible maintenance hosts, they are the main source of environmental transmission or contamination to other animals and humans. Pathogenesis and pathogenicity, it relates to the virulence of the infecting serovar, the pathogenicity of the leptospira. Leptospires invade tissues through moist skin, softened skin, or mucous membrane. Systemic spread may occur when it enters via the blood, evade the immune response, and persist in the body. Like as we mentioned, it persists in the renal tubules, even in the reproductive tract, the uterus, eye, and also in the meninges sa brain. So how do we diagnose? By clinical signs, fresh urine in dark field microscopy, visualize using dark field microscopy. The medium of choice is EMJH, which stands for Ellinghausen, McCullough, Johnson, and Harris, based on 1% bovine serum albumin and twin, which is used for isolation of leptospires from specimens like blood or urine. DNA profiling and serology can also be used. Fluorescent antibody procedures to demonstrate the organism in tissues like from kidneys, liver, and lung specimens, silver impregnation techniques, and ELISA test. For the classification, the traditional method of classification divided leptospires into over 250 serovars in 23 serogroups based on antigenic or serologic differences. All pathogenic leptospira were classified as one species now. The pathogenic one, they are under the Leptospira interrogans. And the free-living non-pathogenic serovars are under or included within Leptospira biflexa species. And there are also newly recognized species like Leptospira borg-petersini, Feinae, Inidae, Interrogan sensu stricto, Kitchneri, Meyeri, Noguchi, Santa Rosa, and Willie. So don't worry, this will not be very important and we will not be dwelling on this newly recognized pathogenic species. For the serological classification, antigenic groups are based on agglutination by microscopic agglutination test. Serogroups are divided into serovars, and a serovar is a description of a leptospire whose homologous rabbit antiserum agglutinates it, but not the other strains of leptospires. The microscopic agglutination test, or MAT, is the standard serological reference test used for Leptospira. It involves mixing live culture growing in liquid medium with equal volume of doubling dilutions of test serum. Titers in excess of 1:400 or a four-fold rise in the titer in paired samples are diagnostically significant when accompanied by clinical signs consistent with leptospirosis. So these are serovars of leptospira which cause leptospirosis in domestic animals. We have Leptospira borg-petersini serovar harjo in cattle and sheep, causing abortion, stillbirths, and agalactia. Leptospira interrogan serovar harjo in humans causes influenza-like illness, occasionally affecting liver and kidney, resulting to liver or kidney disease. Leptospira borg-petersini serovar tarasovi in pigs causes reproductive failure, abortions, and stillbirths. Leptospira interrogan serovar bratislava in pigs, horses, and dogs also cause reproductive failure, abortion, and stillbirth. Leptospira interrogan serovar canicola, mainly the hosts are dogs, but can also cause disease in pigs. In dogs, it results to acute nephritis in puppies and chronic disease in adults. While in pigs, there are reproductive clinical signs like abortion and stillbirth, and renal disease is reported in young pigs. For the Leptospira interrogan serovar gripotyphosa in cattle, pigs, and dogs, it is the cause of systemic disease in young animals and results also to abortion. Interrogan serovar icterohemorrhagiae in cattle, sheep, pigs causes acute systemic disease in calves, piglets, and lambs and abortion. In dogs and humans, there is peracute hemorrhagic disease, acute hepatitis with jaundice, and human infection, which is called as Wills disease. Interrogan serovar copenhageni in domestic animals and humans is causing peracute and acute disease and abortion in animals. Interrogan serovar pomona in cattle and sheep causes acute hemolytic disease in calves, lambs, and abortion. Pigs, also reproductive failure and septicemia in piglets. In horses, serovar pomona is known to cause abortions and periodic ophthalmia or moon blindness. So these are the maintenance and incidental hosts for the important serovars of Leptospira interrogans. As we mentioned, the maintenance hosts are usually the main source of environmental contamination, while the incidental hosts are not usually important sources of environmental contamination, and they can be affected by severe infection when they are affected by this Leptospira interrogans for the incidental host. So for the maintenance host, Bratislava, serovar Bratislava, we have the pigs and hedgehogs as maintenance hosts. Incidental hosts are horses and dogs. Canicola maintenance hosts are dogs. Incidental are pigs and cattle. Gripotyphosa maintenance hosts are rodents. Incidental hosts are cattle, pigs, horses, and dogs. Harjo, cattle is the maintenance host, occasional sheep. Incidental hosts are humans. Icterahemorrhagiae, brown rot, is the maintenance host. Domestic animals and humans are incidental hosts. Pomona, maintenance hosts are pigs and cattle, while the incidental hosts are sheep, horses, and dogs. For the laboratory techniques of Leptospira, so isolation using blood cultures, cerebrospinal fluid, urine in humans. PCR is available in few laboratories. Dark field microscopy can be used. Immunofluorescence on urine or tissue smear samples. Immunohistochemistry on tissue blocks. So for the Leptospira interrogans, there are 6 most common serovar affecting domestic animals. These are serovar canicola, Gripotyphosa, Harjo, Icterahemorrhagiae, Pomona, and Bratislava. Rodents and feral animals are the main reservoir host, And sources of infection are urine from infected or carrier animals, milk, placental material, aborted fetuses, water, litter, and food. For the pathogenesis of leptospirosis, the disease occurs worldwide in numerous animal hosts. Leptospires enter through small cuts, abrasion, sudden skin, or inhalation or mucous membrane. Pathogenic leptospires survive in cool alkaline waters for 3 months or longer but do not persist in acidic water. Urine contaminated with leptospires is the primary source of environmental contamination, especially in humans. This was reported. The persistence of leptospiruria, when the organism is being excreted in the urine, may vary with the host and with the serovar that caused the infection. It can spread immediately to the bloodstream, resulting to bacteremia in span of 1 to 7 days. Primary lesion is damage to the endothelium of small blood vessels, resulting to localized ischemia or reduction of blood supply in that organ. Some serovars are known to produce phospholipase and hemolysin-like toxin, which are known to be important virulence factors. Clinical signs depend on the organs affected. So they can affect the renal tubules that may result to renal tubular necrosis. They can affect the liver, resulting to hepatocellular damage, affecting meninges, resulting to meningitis, affecting muscles, resulting to myositis, affecting the placenta of female animals, resulting to placentitis, especially if the animals are pregnant. There are also hemorrhages that may result also to platelet deficiencies or reduction in the platelet count, resulting to thrombocytopenia, and there's also vasculitis, pulmonary insult, and also may lodge in the reproductive tract of animals, causing abortion and other conditions like stillbirth, as we have mentioned. Clinical manifestations, there are anemia and icterus or jaundice due to the hemolysin that can be released by the organism. There is inflammation of the kidneys or nephritis, stillbirths, abortion, and weak neonates, and there is also mastitis. For the differences in the animal species susceptibility to leptospirosis, bovine or the cattle, dogs, and pigs are the species of animals that suffer serious clinical signs, while the feline and ovine can be relatively resistant. Cats are usually resistant to clinical disease. For the environmental survival, pathogenic leptospira generally do not multiply outside of the host. Survival depends on the environmental condition. That's why they prefer moisture or the moist condition in order for the organism to survive. But when there is drying or desiccation, they may be killed. So they are highly susceptible to drying. That's why in the Philippines, when there is persistent flooding, typhoon, that is the time that leptospirosis cases usually may increase in number. pH changes that is less than 6 and pH more than 8 are inhibitory. Lethal or deadly temperatures are -8 degrees Celsius or more than 50 degrees or more than 50 degrees Celsius. And the ideal temperature for their survivability is 30 degrees Celsius. Organisms survive up to 180 days or 6 months in wet soil or surface water, but not under the sun. For the cattle, since they are one of the most susceptible species to suffer from leptospirosis, so leptospirosis in cattle is worldwide, most frequently with serovars Harjo, Pomona, and Gripo typhosa. Cattle are maintenance hosts for Borg Petersini serovar Harjo, and it is also host adapted for sheep. Leptospira interrogans serovar Harjo. As we mentioned, the Leptospira interrogans are the pathogenic Leptospira. So it is also adapted also for cattle. So the leptospirosis in cattle is reported to be an acute disease, especially in cows, from Serovar pulmonale or others, and may include fever, hemolytic anemia, hemoglobinuria, jaundice, pulmonary congestion, meningitis, and death. Initially, there may be anorexia, depression, fever, and milk drop. So there's flabby udder. So pregnant animals may abort. There is milk drop syndrome. So there may be agalactia also. Abortion storm is reported in cattle and the presence of stillbirths. So for the Serovar's pulmonale gripotyposa icterahemorrhagiae, they can also cause serious disease in lambs and in cows, young cattle and sheep. Disease is accompanied by pyrexia, hemoglobinuria, jaundice, and anorexia. Also, extensive renal damage can be produced by the Leptospira, and Leptospira interrogans Serovar pulmonale is an important cause of abortion in cattle. Treatment and control is based on prevention, vaccination. Control is based on prevention, vaccination, and treatment. Clinical signs improve with treatment by administration of dihydrostreptomycin and amoxicillin. Streptomycin 12.5 milligram per kilogram BID for 3 days. BID is twice a day for 3 days. Tetracycline is given 10 to 15 milligram per kilogram dosage twice a day or BID for 3 to 5 days, or you can give long-acting tetracycline or a combination of penicillin streptomycin or amoxicillin streptomycin is also a drug of choice. Monovalent and multivalent vaccines are commercially available. So for vaccination, bacterines that contain Serovar pulmonale, some bacterines containing Serovars harjo, gripotyposa, canicola, and icterahemorrhagiae. Leptospira may be combined with other antigens, including viruses. Newer monovalent vaccines, Leptavoid or Spirovac, are better than pentavalent. Induce the Th1 immunity comprising CD4 and gamma delta T lymphocyte responses for the cellular immune response. So prevents renal colonization and fetal infection by vaccinating all cattle annually or once a year, or biannually or every 6 months. Management, control of rodents, limitation of contact of animals with carriers, limitation of contact with wet and swampy ground, examine or treat newly introduced cattle. Next, we have leptospirosis in sheep. Serovar harjo, particularly in intensively managed lowland flocks, is reported, resulting to abortion and agalactia. Other serovars are pulmonale, gripotyposa, and icterahemorrhagiae that can affect sheep. Infection is usually accompanied by pyrexia or fever, hemoglobinuria, jaundice, and anorexia. Extensive renal damage with resultant uremia often precedes death. Next, we have leptospirosis in horses. So in horses, rarely there are clinical disease produced, but again, they can also be affected. Serovar bratislava can cause abortion and stillbirth among pregnant mares. Serovar pulmonale produces clinical disease, most often results from incidental infection. Clinical signs are abortion in mares and renal disease in young horses. And an important condition produced by Serovar pulmonale in horses is an immune-mediated enterovitis known as periodic ophthalmia or moon blindness, which is a manifestation of chronic leptospirosis in horses. Next, leptospirosis in pigs. So there is an acute leptospirosis reported in pigs, usually caused by rodent-adapted serovars, which are Serovar icterahemorrhagiae and Copenhageni. These serovars cause serious, sometimes fatal disease in young pigs. Serovar pomona is the principal host-adapted serovar in many parts of the world, resulting to abortions and stillbirth. Pigs are maintenance hosts for Serovar bratislava and Tarasovi, resulting to reproductive failure like abortions and stillbirths. For the acute disease, there is fever, weakness, anorexia, reddish eyes, jaundice, and convulsions. Young stock usually suffer from hemorrhages, hematuria, jaundice, and death. Fetal membranes, hemorrhages, and edema are also seen. For leptospirosis in dogs, these are mainly caused by Serovar's canicola and icterohemorrhagia. They are the most common causes of leptospirosis in dogs and rarely reported in cats. So the Serovar canicola is a host-adapted serovar in dog that may cause severe renal disease in puppies. Gripo typhosa, bratislava, and pomona are also important pathogens in dogs. Fever, vomiting, anorexia, and nephritis that may also result to hemoglobinuria or hematuria. Melena, meningitis, ataxia, and jaundice are reported in canine leptospirosis. It may lead to death within 2 to 4 days after onset. Also chronic or subclinical disease with months to years of excretion. In the developed countries, there has been a gradual decrease in case of canine Leptospira interrogans Serovar canicola and Serovar icterohemorrhagiae, and an increase in the incidence of Serovars bratislava and Gripo typhosa. That's why the vaccines given to dogs include these 4 Serovars now: Canicola, icterohemorrhagiae, bratislava, and Gripo typhosa. We have a vaccine called as L4. It means 4 serovars against leptospirosis. But the most common are the 2 serovars in most of the vaccines, Canicola and icterohemorrhagiae, that usually protect the dogs from leptospirosis. This may be the result of massive vaccination of pets and an increase in the exposure of domestic dogs to wild animals or their surroundings. Dogs are incidental hosts for serovars bratislava, Gripo typhosa, autumnalis, australis, and pomona. For the treatment, penicillin, streptomycin are the drug of choice, but now we have the doxycycline as the most common and preferred antibiotic given in cases of leptospirosis. Doxycycline is also given as prophylactic treatment also in humans when there is a high risk of acquiring leptospirosis, especially if humans are exposed to wet, flooding, typhoon in their areas. So the penicillin and streptomycin may not eliminate the carrier state. And then there are presence of vaccines. The bacterians contain Serovars canicola and icterohemorrhagiae, which I've mentioned. This is the 2 most common Serovars included in the vaccine given in dogs in the 5-in-1 vaccine. Yearly canicola and icterohemorrhagiae vaccines give good protection. But with other Serovar that are included are, as we mentioned, we have bratislava and Gripo typhosa. So the L4, it means the 4 serovars of Leptospira are included. In North America and elsewhere, there is an increase in Serovar pomona and Gripo typhosa due to the vaccination. It may also be due to increased contact between dogs and skunks, raccoons, opossums, which are known to be maintenance hosts for these serovars. The clinical forms are acute hemorrhagic type, icteric type, that is manifested as yellowish color of the membranes, the eye, of the body. This is the jaundice type or icteric type, uremic type or the Stuttgart disease or subacute form, and the inapparent form. 2 forms are primarily caused by Serovar icterohemorrhagiae. The latter 2 forms are caused by Serovar canicola. So that's why the name of the Serovar icterohemorrhagiae is responsible for the hemorrhagic and icteric type or forms of the disease, while the uremic that involves the kidney, the urinary system, and the inapparent form are caused by the Serovar canicula. So these are images showing dogs suffered from leptospirosis. So this is the yellowish color that can be seen in the abdominal area, the limbs, in the ears, tail, even sa paws niya. So this one is an acute leptospirosis infection. And as you can see here, there is a very jaundice condition or icteric condition of the mucous membrane of the foot pad. And liver, this is the liver of the dog after postmortem examination, which appears also as icteric mottled appearance. Okay, this one is the appearance of the kidneys when infected with leptospira. Okay. So how do we diagnose urine examination? By dark field microscopy, microscopic agglutination test, fluorescent antibody technique, FAT, to identify leptospira in tissues and urine sediment. Histopathology, by demonstrating the organism in kidney sections with special stains. We can also use animal inoculation technique like guinea pigs or hamster by inoculating blood, urine, or tissue, and isolation of the organism, cultivation, and identification using the EMJH, medium, Ellinghausen, McCulloch, Johnson, and Harris, medium, incubated at 30 degrees Celsius. We can also do CBC count, especially in dogs. There is leukocytosis and thrombocytopenia. And then blood chem or serum chemistry, increased blood urea nitrogen is evident, increased creatinine, increased ALT, and bilirubinuria. Serology is the most useful and frequently used diagnostic test for dogs. For the feline leptospirosis, this is uncommon in cats, and subclinical infection can be acquired from rodents. So for the public health significance, the serovars that are commonly affecting humans are canicula, icterohemorrhagiae, Pomona, and this is known to be an occupational disease also. Abattoir workers, dairy and pig farmers, veterinary surgeons, and those engaged in manual work related to sewage and drainage are the most affected or at higher risk to acquire leptospirosis. Acquired also from infected domestic animals by direct contact, exposure to rodents and contaminated water, particularly water polluted from farm runoff. So the disease leptospirosis has other names, or the synonyms of the disease are the following: Wills disease, Fort Bragg fever, Swineherd's disease, mud or swamp fever, rice field fever, canicula fever, autumn fever, Japanese 7-day fever, spirochete jaundice or leptospiral jaundice. In humans, the symptoms can take 2 to 26 days, or average of 10 days to develop, and may include dry cough, fever, headache, muscle pain, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. And there is also shaking, chills. Less common symptoms are abdominal pain, abnormal lung sounds, bone pain, conjunctivitis, enlarged lymph glands, enlarged spleen or liver, joint aches, muscle rigidity, muscle tenderness, skin rashes, and sore throat. So in humans, transmission can be animal sources, urine, feces, tissue, the environment, if there's contamination of water, and this may result now to infection. So the presence of asymptomatic rodent carriers that contaminate soil and water. Wild animals also are involved, the livestock and domestic animals. Once humans have direct contact and exposure to this, can result to acquisition of leptospirosis in humans. In humans, there are uveitis, meningitis, myocarditis, pulmonary hemorrhage syndrome, hepatic dysfunction, and renal dysfunction. So it primarily involves several organs, or it is a multisystemic disease affecting the liver, the kidneys, the brain, the heart, and others. These are stained leptospira organisms. These are the leptospira that appears as black threads within the lumina or renal tubules. The leptospira here are stained brown, red-brown along the luminal wall of the renal tubules, which is immunoperoxidase stained. So this is a conjunctival hemorrhage in leptospirosis in humans. So next, spirochete genus is Borrelia, which is an arthropod-borne parasite. So the size is 0.2 to 0.5 micrometer in width and 3 to 10 micrometer in length. So as we mentioned, Borrelia are the longer and wider than other spirochetes, but still have the helical shape. And they have 15 to 20 periplasmic flagella. They stain poorly with gram stain, but stain well with gemsostain. They are requiring enriched media for their growth, so they are fastigious organism, grow slowly in specialized culture media at 30 to 35 degrees Celsius in microaerophilic conditions. Usual habitat, they are obligate parasites in a variety of vertebrate hosts. They persist for short periods in the environment, depend on vertebrate reservoir hosts and arthropod vectors. So these are the tick vectors and natural hosts of Borrelia species and the associated clinical conditions. So for this table, we have the species here, the vector, the host, and clinical condition presented. For species Borrelia burgdorferi sensolato, the main vector are Ixodes species of ticks. Hosts are rodents, birds, lizards, and even humans. Conditions presented are arthritis, neurological, and cardiac diseases in dogs and humans, occasionally seen in horses, cattle, and sheep. Borrelia anserina, Argus species, are the vector. Birds are host. Clinical conditions, fever, weight loss, and anemia in domestic poultry. Borrelia tyleri, many species of ticks are involved in the transmission. Cattle, sheep, and horses are the main host and causes mild febrile disease with anemia. Borrelia coriaceae, which has an Ornithodoros species as vector, hosts are cattle and deer, associated with epizootic bovine abortion in USA. Next, we have this Borrelia affecting humans also. Borrelia recurrentis that causes louse-borne epidemic relapsing fever. Humans are reservoir hosts. For the Borrelia mazzotti, double Z, double T, and double I, spelled as like that. American tick-borne relapsing fever, and rodents are the reservoir hosts. So how do we differentiate Borrelia species? Based on their morphology, low guanine and cytosine content of their genomic DNA, by their ecological and cultural characteristics and biochemical characteristics, and also on genetic analysis, as we mentioned in the first few slides. Borrelia burgdorferi is the cause of Lyme disease or Lyme borreliosis. This condition was first identified in 1975 following investigation of a cluster of arthritis cases in children near the town of Old Lyme, Connecticut, USA. So the causative agent is the spirochete Borrelia burgdorferi. And the main vector in Europe is the Ixodes ricinus. while in central and eastern USA is Ixodes scapularis, formerly Ixodes domini. In west coast of USA is Ixodes pacificus, and in Eurasia is Ixodes persiculatus. Borrelia burgdorferi sensu stricto is the cause of Lyme disease in North America. There are 5 species known to cause disease in Europe. Most important are Borrelia abzeli and Borrelia garini. So for the epidemiology of Lyme disease, reported in humans, dogs, horses, and cattle and sheep, ticks are the competent vectors known to transmit the disease. Infection is acquired by larval stages of ticks feeding on small rodents. Reservoir hosts are small rodents, white-footed mice, meadow voles, eastern chipmunks, white-tailed deer, hedgehogs, lizards, and birds. For the pathogenesis, transmission of Borrelia burgdorferi sensu lato occurs when an infected tick feeds on a susceptible animal. Prior to feeding, the organism are restricted to the midgut of the ticks. Following ingestion of blood, they are found in the salivary glands. And following ingestion by the tick, a change occurs in the expression of the OSP, or the outer surface protein of the Borrelia. After entering the bloodstream of a susceptible host, Borrelia multiply and are disseminated throughout the body. The organism can be demonstrated in joints, brain, nerves, eye, and heart. Recent studies suggest that persistent infection leading to the induction of cytokines contribute to the development of lesions. So for Borrelia burgdorferi sensu stricto that we mentioned, the main cause of Borrelia or Lyme disease in North America is known to cause arthritis. For the Borrelia garini, it is associated with neurological condition, and Abzeli is known to cause skin disease. So the clinical signs most are subclinical. Clinical disease are frequently seen in dogs. And these are the clinical signs in dogs, usually fever, lethargy, arthritis, and evidence of cardiac, renal, or neurological disturbances, which can also be seen in humans when affected by Borrelia burgdorferi or meron na silang Lyme disease. In USA, arthritis is a common finding. In Europe and Japan, there is neurological disturbance. And in horses, same in dogs, there is additional lameness, ovitis, nephritis, hepatitis, and encephalitis. And it may also result to lameness in cattle and sheep. For canine borreliosis, fever, inappetence, lethargy, and sudden onset of lameness associated with pain in 2 or more joints. In horses, there is cranky attitude, back soreness and lameness, fever, depression, stiffness, arthritis, ovitis, and encephalitis. Cattle, there is in utero infection implicated in the subsequent deaths of calves. So this diagram shows the transmission of Borrelia burgdorferi sensu lato, broken line, the transmission to humans and animals by different stages of ixodid or Ixodes ticks, as shown by solid lines. So as you can see here, infection in humans, dogs, horses, cattle can be transmitted by the infected nymph or the immature stage of the tick, but it can also be caused by the adult female tick when causing infection in humans, dogs, horses, other animals. And the reservoir hosts usually are the infected small rodents that may serve also as infection to the maintenance host, which are the deer, ticks, and other large animals. So the uninfected eggs laid by infected engorged female ticks. So as you can see, the infection is usually transmitted by the female species of ticks. So this is a picture of Lyme disease in humans. So there is reddish. It looks like a rashes in the skin. We call this as a classic erythema migrans rash. And a facial palsy, parang cerebral, like Bell's palsy appearance, and a swollen knee are evident in humans because joints are affected. And there is neurological involvement. That's why it may result into a facial paralysis or facial palsy appearance. So for the diagnosis, history of exposure to tick infestation in an endemic area, immunofluorescence assays can be used, rising antibody titer to Borrelia burgdorferi sensolato along with clinical signs, ELISA, PCR techniques, and culture of Borrelia from clinically affected animals. If we have EMJH medium as an enriched culture media for leptospirosis, for Borrelia, we have this enrichment medium. We call this as Barbour-Stoner-Kelly medium, incubated for 6 weeks under microaerophilic conditions. For the treatment and control, acute Lyme disease can be treated with amoxicillin and oxytetracycline antibiotics, acaricidal spray, bath, or dips to control ticks infestation. Prompt removal of ticks from companion animals is beneficial, and there is vaccine available in dogs. For the public health significance, it is an important tick-borne infection of humans. Clinical signs in human, as seen a while ago, there is skin rash, localized at the site of tick attachment, followed in the absence of treatment by arthritis, muscle pain, cardiac, and neurologic abnormalities. Infection is acquired by walking in endemic areas during periods of tick activity. Dogs, cats, and farm animals may act as transport hosts for infected ticks, thereby exposing humans to the risk of infection. For the diagnosis and treatment, specimens include unclotted blood, cerebrospinal fluid, joint fluid, and urine, fluorescent antibody or immunoperoxidase labeled monoclonal antibody, ELISA, PCR, Western blot, cultural characteristics, and dark field microscopy. Next, we have Borrelia anserina, which causes fowl or avian spirochetosis or borreliosis, affecting chicken, ducks, turkeys, geese, pheasants, pigeons, canaries, game birds, and some wild birds. It is known to be endemic disease in tropical and subtropical regions, transmitted by ticks, which are the Argas species. Argas persicus is the principal vector, Miniatus, Sanchezi, and Reflexus, while feeding. So, contact of susceptible birds to infected blood, tissues, or excreta are the main mode of transmission also to other birds. The organism may be passed in eggs to the next generation of ticks. So the disease is characterized by an acute septicemia with accompanying fever, weight loss, diarrhea, drowsiness, and emaciation. There is paralysis that develops as the disease progresses. Spleen may be enlarged and mottled, and anemia can be seen. Morbidity and mortality are low in flux continually exposed to infection. For the diagnosis, treatment, and control, for diagnosis, demonstration of organism in buffy coat smears using dark field microscopy, gem sustained smear or silver impregnation to demonstrate Borrelia in tissues, organism inoculated in embryonated eggs or young chicks with infected blood or homogenized tissue. PCR techniques, treatment by penicillin, chloramphenicol, streptomycin, kanamycin, tylosin, and tetracycline. Control is by inactivated vaccines and tick eradication. Next, Borrelia theileri, the cause of theileriosis or tick spirochetosis, which is a mild febrile anemia condition. Animal reservoirs are cattle, sheep, and horses. Primary vectors are Rhipicephalus species, Margaropus decoloratus, and Boophilus evertsi. Borrelia coriaceae is the cause of epizootic bovine abortion. Deer and cattle are the animal reservoir transmitted by Ornithodoros coriaceae. Next genus of the order Spiracetales is the genus Brachyspira. In addition, we have also Treponema and Serpolina. So the most important and pathogenic species of Brachyspira, especially in pigs, are Hyodicenteriae and Pilosicoli. Other not that pathogenic or non-pathogenic species are Innocens, Murdochi, and Intermedia. So these are the anaerobic spirochetes, differentiated by their pattern of hemolysis on blood agar, high purate hydrolysis, and by restriction endonuclease analysis. Brachyspira species can be found in the intestinal tract of both clinically affected and normal pigs, as mentioned previously, demonstrated in stained fecal smear or in silver stained histopathological section. Culture on selective blood agar anaerobically at 42 degrees centigrade or Celsius is confirmatory. So for Leptospira and Borrelia, the temperature is only 30 to 35. But for Brachyspira, the temperature of further growth, optimal growth, is 42 degrees Celsius. For the laboratory differentiation of Brachyspira species isolated from pigs, based on their hemolysis, indole spot test, and high purate hydrolysis. So for Brachyspira hyodicenteriae, it produced strong hemolysis, positive for indole spot test, and negative for high purate hydrolysis. Pilosicoli has a weak hemolytic pattern produced in blood agar plate, same with Innocens, and they are also negative for indole spot test. For Pilosicoli, it is positive for high purate hydrolysis but negative for high purate hydrolysis ang Brachyspira innocens. So the clinical conditions associated with infection caused by Brachyspira species. So for the Hyodicenteriae, this is the cause of swine dysentery. For Pilosicoli, it is an intestinal spiroketosis of pigs, dogs, birds, and humans. And Intermedia is implicated in porcine spirochetal colitis. So the virulence factors of Brachyspira includes the outer membrane, which has a variable surface protein and lipoproteins involved in the immune evasion function. Beta-hemolysin is considered also a major virulence attribute, and the nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide oxidase serves to protect the organism against oxygen toxicity. So differentiation of Brachyspira is based on the pattern of hemolysis on blood agar plate, test for detecting indole, hydrolysis of high purate, as shown in the table a while ago, restriction endonuclease analysis, restriction fragment length polymorphism, ribotyping using 16S ribosomal RNA analysis, PCR-based assays, and multi-locus enzyme electrophoresis. So for Brachyspira hyodicenteriae, it is a fastigious organism. Beta hemolytic reaction is produced in blood agar plate. Trypticase soy blood agar is used to distinguish it from non-pathogenic Serpolina, and it is the cause of swine dysentery. It should be differentiated also with other anaerobic organism and in causing synergistic infection like the Fusobacterium necrophorum, Bacteroides vulgatus, Bacteroides fragilis, and also Campylobacter coli have been associated with the disease, especially in pigs. So the condition is swine dysentery. So when you say dysentery, it is not simply diarrhea, but it is a bloody diarrhea that also involves intense pain in the abdomen. And pigs acquire the infection through exposure to contaminated feces. Disease spreads slowly, like in 1 to 2 pence at a time. Dogs, rats, mice, flies are transport hosts. And we have also Brachyspira pilosicoli that is the cause of porcine intestinal spirochetosis. This is a milder disease compared with the swine dysentery. We have Serpolina intermedia or Brachyspira intermedia associated with porcine spirochetal colitis. Brachyspira hyodysentery persists for several weeks in moist species and in 3 days in slurry. So in pigs, the disease is seen in 6 to 12 weeks of age. And the clinical signs are loss of condition and emaciation, reduced appetite, thirst is evident, large amount of mucus in the feces during recovery, with low mortality but causes major economic loss because of the reduced weight gain due to poor feed conversion. And for Brachyspira pilosicoli, which was identified in 1996, clinical signs are similar with swine dysentery but less severe. Diarrhea contains mucus rather than blood because in swine dysentery caused by Brachyspira hyodysentery, feces contains blood. Diagnosis by history, clinical sign, gross lesion, blood agar with added antibiotics, incubated anaerobically at 42 degrees Celsius for 3 days. Immunofluorescence, DNA probes, biochemical test ELISA, and PCR-based techniques are used for laboratory confirmation. For treatment and control, medication of the drinking water with thiamulin, lincomycin, or nitroimidazoles. Improve the hygiene, medication of feed and alteration of the diet, depopulation, thorough cleaning and disinfection of premises, strict control of rodents, mice, flies, which are known to be transport hosts. And there is a vaccine available. This is a whole cell bacterium for swine that is given to pigs against swine dysentery. So these are the Brachyspira hyodysentery and the pathogenic lesions seen in the colon, which is restricted in this area of the large intestine. So there is appearance of an inflamed and discolored spiral colon seen in pigs affected by swine dysentery. This is an open colon at postmortem, the presence of blood or bloody discharge, and the corrugations also hemorrhagic, appearance of the mucosal lining of the colon. Next, we have the pilosicoli, which is we mentioned that is the cause of porcine intestinal spirochetosis, which is less severe than the swine dysentery, occurs in the intestine of human, swine, dog, mice, rats, and chicken. Diarrhea is with mucus rather than blood, but also causes reduction or poor weight gain due to reducing feed conversion efficiency of the animals. And other organisms like Innocens, Intermedius, and Mordochi are also found in the feces of normal pigs, but they are non-pathogenic. Next, we have the Treponema. A number of Treponema species have been isolated from cases of bovine digital dermatitis and contagious ovine digital dermatitis. But they can be causing a synergistic infection together with Fusobacterium necrophorum, Dichelobacter, Bacteroides, as Prevotella, as we discussed from the pathogenic gram-negative non-spore-forming anaerobic bacteria, which are known to cause digital dermatitis. Since Treponema are also anaerobic organism, gram-negative bacteria, they can cause digital lameness in cattle and sheep. But an important species affecting rabbits is the Treponema paralois coniculi, which is known to be the cause of rabbit syphilis or vent disease in rabbit, which is a venereal disease in which lesions consisting of vesicles and scabs seen in the prepuce of male rabbits, and in female rabbits, they can be seen in the vagina, perineal region, and there is thick scaly crust that persists in the female rabbits for months. Diagnosis is by demonstration of the organism in preparation from lesions using stains or direct dark field microscopy can be used. Treatment is by penicillin. So this is the appearance of vent disease in rabbit. And that ends our discussion for the order Spirocatales for spirochetes. And thank you and have a good day. And if you have questions, just please feel free to ask them or send PM in the group chat or send questions in the group chat.